Hello everyone. In this tutorial I'm going to take you through how to use our 7-day free trial at Starthost. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, if you go to your free 7-day trial and sign up now, okay, you'll be navigated to this page. Once you're on this page, then you'll be asked to fill out information. So you can go through each one of these, filling out all your information. And this is required so we can set you up a free account. This account will be set up instantaneously and you'll be able to get started right away after it's set up. So go through all these, click sign up. Once everything's filled out and everything's been validated, it will send you an email with all the information you need. Okay, I don't need to do this because I've already done this. I've set up a test account. Okay, so let's see what you get. Okay, so after you set up your account, you'll then be sent an email. Within this email, it says it'll have hi, your name, and it's you now have signed up for our 7-day free hosting package. So this is great. Okay, so this is where you really need to take the information. You'll be sent a username and password, and this is what you'll need to log in now to your control panel that has been set up for you on our hosting. So if we go to the website, and then if you go to customer login, you can then just enter the information that you were sent. So let's say test, and actually it says 01, and then you can click login. Okay, great. You're now logged into the back end of your control panel. So this is where you can do various things. You can look at your account information, which is set up here. You can then go to web. So you've got front page extensions, and then there's lots of things you can learn how to utilize here. You can then go to email. You can set up email addresses, spam filtering, custom DNS, and then there's logs and logout. Okay, so first of all in this tutorial, we're mainly just going to concentrate on web. Okay, I'm going to show you some things. So you can set up an FTP account basically. Okay, now I've already done this. I've added an FTP account. I clicked add and it just asked me for a username and password. So I just entered a username and password and it shows here. Okay, so with your FTP account, this then will give you access to use FTP. So you can use a program like FileZilla, which I've got set up here. And as you can see, the host is FTP Starthost, normal login, and then it's your username and password that has been set up here. So username, password. You can then click connect, and now this gives you the ability to change, and you can upload files from your desktop to your actual root FTP account, which is great. So what we're actually going to do now is if you go back to web, you see that there's an option called CGI scripts, which is great. So you have all these content management systems, and there's all these scripts. All these scripts are one-click installs, so after one click you can just set it up. But each one of these scripts, most of them will need a MySQL database, and they use databases to store the information that you'll be using with your CMS. So if we go to MySQL, and then you'll see that there's a database already installed. Let's just remove this database, and we'll install one to start the operation from scratch. So that old one's been removed, which is great. So let's install a new one. Let's just call it database 1 and database 01. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. So then you can log in. Great. So now we have successfully installed MySQL, and this is needed for the content management systems. Okay, so let's go over to CGI scripts, and let's install WordPress, which is a really popular blogging system, but it can be used for content management systems as well. It's very versatile. So we can log in. Here is where you can have an installation path. So you can install it in the root path, which is basically here. But if you had a folder in here, and let's just call it test, then you could install it in that folder as well. That will show up. So if we just refresh, then you now have your test folder. So you can keep installing things in subfolders and extra folders. We just want to install it in the root, and that will actually be our domain URL. So let's install WordPress, and it's just installing. Great, there we go. WordPress is now installed and can be viewed here. Okay, that's great. So if we open this in a new tab, and let's have a look, and there we are. You have a WordPress site up and running in a matter of minutes. So basically you can log into the back end of WordPress, and you really need to know this. Okay, so you're probably thinking, what's my username and password? Well, your username and password is your username and password for your control panel login. So if you just put that in and 01, you can then log in. Okay, great, so you're now into the back end of WordPress. So you're probably thinking, oh, I don't really like this theme. Maybe you want to change the theme for your WordPress site. So if you go over here to Appearance, go to Themes, you can then install a theme. Okay, actually on the Starthost hosting there is a selection of free themes. If you go to Tour, go to Selection of Free Themes, you'll then have themes for WordPress, Joomla, and these are picked themes that we thought were versatile and you'll be able to use. But you can search the web for lots and lots of different WordPress themes and Joomla themes and anything that suits your fancy. So if you just download the theme, you'll see that it downloads there. You can then go back to your WordPress site, install themes, great, upload, choose a file. Now if we go to downloads, sorry about my thing, it's a bit messy, but you can find it there, choose. Okay, now install your theme. Wait a couple of seconds for it to install. Great, your theme's now installed, theme successfully installed. Activate theme, there we go, activated. So if we go back here and refresh the page, great, you now have a WordPress site up and running, and you can play around and change everything on this WordPress site. So if you go back to your FTP actually and then refresh, you'll now see that all your files have been added for your WordPress site. So everything's in there now, which is great. So this is basically the hosting, so you can play around with this, you can change things, you've got access for everything on this hosting, this basic hosting, for 7 days. After the 7 days you will be emailed 24 hours before it cancels, and if you would like to carry on with Starthost, then we'd be grateful for you just to contact us and we can set you up with an account and have you up and running in no time. So that'd be great. Just a quick one to let you know that this is actually the basic control panel. We actually offer an advanced control panel which has a lot more options. You have the ability to send out bulk texts to all your clients and customers, and you can set up internet. There's a lot of telecom services that you can require, and there's also a lot more functionality available for you. There is actually an advanced control panel tutorial within the tour section of the website that you can go through. So it would be great to have you hosting with us. Thank you.